All right, what's happening YouTube? This is Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors, and today we are talking to the owners of Jinx Em Scent Company. This is a new company that I am working with this year. Great company. They have a lot of cool products here. So I'd like for you all to welcome Shawn and Dawn Jenks. How you guys doing?
Hey, thanks, Ted.
Yep. So yeah, we're going to talk about your products. You have a couple different things that we want to talk about here tonight, and then we're going to be talking about some mock scrapes later on in the show. So we got a couple people in here right now. We're going to just if you want to just introduce yourself and let people know, your where you're from, and maybe let's start out with how you guys got started with the Jinx Em Scent Company.
Well, this all started. Who are you first? I'm Shawn Jenks with Jinx Em Scents.
Yep.
This is my wife, Dawn. I started this business back in 2015. Dawn and I got together in late 21, August of 21. Got married in June of 22, pretty quick. And then, and that's it. So we've been going full steam ahead ever since. The business kind of came around out of an injury. I got injured at work. I think it's the MCL, the outside tendon on my knee. I blew it out pretty bad, and work was wanting me back to work, and their insurance company was fighting with them because I wasn't healing up. And long story short, their rep, which was my rep that went to all my doctor's appointments and specialist appointments and everything, she's the one that pulled me off to the side and said, "Hey, is there anything that you do in your life that you really enjoy that you could turn into a job?" And I was like, "Well, my biggest thing is probably deer hunting." So yeah. That was it. Kind of put that seed in my head there. And then I'm friends with Don Pola. He used to do addiction bow hunting TV on the Pursuit Channel for, he did like 8 years. And him and I got to talking, and he was like, "Well, what do you want to do in the industry?" And at that time, I was like, I just want to get into the industry. I'd like to be, have my own show or be on a show or whatever, stuff like that. And he was like, "Dude, you've got to do something more than just having an outdoor page," because we had Jinx Em Outdoors, our original page. And that was just an outdoor page. And he's like, "I get what you're trying to do and everything, but you're never going to make it just as an outdoor page on Facebook. It's not going to happen. You have to have a product. You need to start something. You need to start a business." And so it kind of, everything came full circle with the rep from the insurance company asking me if there's something I would like or could do with what I love doing. And Don put another, planted another seed in there, I guess you could say, to that I need to come up with a product, something that people want, something that they will buy, and that will help to kind of generate the money that it takes to have a TV show, because I know a lot of people don't realize how much those shows are, but you can easily spend 6 digits a year running a TV show. So so that was it. I had gotten with I had 2 sponsors with Jinx Em Outdoors for scent, and it was like pulling teeth. Couldn't get product, couldn't get responses, couldn't get answers, it was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. And I literally was like, "Man, I can do so much better than this." And so I'd had another guy that was contacting me about wanting me to try his urine. And I told him no at first because I was working with a company at that point. And a couple weeks later, he bugged me again. I told him no again. And a couple weeks later, he bugged me again. I was like, "You know what, dude? Just go ahead and send me a couple samples, and I'll check it out and see what's up." And that was it. I got those samples in. I went out hunting with it and put it out, and I was literally blown away. I had deer doing things I'd never had deer do with any scent product that I'd ever bought. And they literally just hung around my tree stand all night long, smelling on that bush that I'd sprayed that dominant buck all over, looking around, trying to find this deer. And they were there all night. They come in, I wasn't sitting but 15, 20 minutes, and I got deer coming in. And when it was dark, they was still down there walking around, sniffing all over everything, trying to figure out what was going on. And I ended up giving a sample to a couple of my buddies and had them go out, use it, give me results. I'm not going to tell you what happened with me, but I want to know what happens with you.
Yeah.
And that was it. Within a week, they'd both gotten back in with me, and pretty much question out of each of the mouths was, what is in that? And I'm like, dude, it's 100% deer urine. And they're like, wait, there's no way. And I'm like, wow, what happened? And they literally pretty much verbatim described what I had happened. Where deer come in, they were just all about it. They're looking for it and trying to find this deer. And my one buddy looked at me and said, dude, there you go. There's your business idea. He goes, you think this guy would sell you that urine in bulk instead of just getting him to sponsor you? What about actually buying it in bulk and doing it for yourself and start your own business? And I was like, God, I don't know. Maybe let me find out. So I got with the guy that had sent me the samples, and he wasn't the deer farmer, and I knew that. And I pretty much just said, hey, dude, not want to step on your toes or anything, but would your supplier be open to supplying me if I wanted to start a business? And he's like, God, I don't know. I think maybe. He goes, let me get a hold of him. So we got off the phone, and then he called me back like 10 minutes later. He goes, I gave him your phone number and everything. He was going to call you here in just the next few minutes. And sure enough, when just been a few minutes later, he called up and we talked the whole deal, and he ended up emailing me over contracts. And so, yeah, he was already doing this anyways with other companies. So that was it. Sent over the contract and went through it all and signed the contract, and boom, scanned it in and sent it back, and we're in business. And that was in 2015, and here we are now. This will be actually like our 10th season.
That's awesome.
Of hunting, although it's only 9 years, but this fall right here will be the 10th season we've been running, and we've had steady growth since day one. Every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and keeps us busier and busier and busier.
That's awesome. I got the website up there so they could go over and check out your website as well at jinxemscents.com. So, but yeah, that's a great story, Shawn. And I see when I was talking to Dawn, I see you married a Yinzer, huh? Just like me.
Yeah,
you got a Yinzer, huh?
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. Yeah, they're winning tonight, so that's a good thing. But yeah, that's awesome. I just wanted to let the people know too that when I first talked to Dawn, I just knew that that was something that I wanted to be a part of. This company that you guys are running, because I've watched you guys on Facebook. Now, Facebook is the most. That's where you're most active on, is the Facebook.
Yes.
Yep. And that's what we concentrate on the most, honestly, too. That's probably, I bet we conduct 75, maybe it's dropped a little bit now, but I bet we conduct 75, maybe even 80% of our business is literally through Facebook. A little bit of, we do some Instagram a little bit, nothing real heavy on that. But yes, through
we're growing the rest of it.
Through Jinx Em Scents. And a lot of it is that we're just so busy. We've got Julian Rodriguez. He jumped in and volunteered and kind of wants to run our TikTok page. Cool. And so we was all about it. Like, dude, you want to do that? That's cool. Not gonna argue with you a bit. And that's kind of what a lot of it is that there's just so much out there now anymore, and X, and you just got them all.
Yeah.
So it's just hard to really concentrate on each one of them.
Yep.
Literally at our point of the game, I guess, as big as we've gotten, we literally, and you talked this with the company you said you was with before, that it'd be great to have somebody who has literally worked for the company who is dedicated to that. That is their job.
Yep.
You will operate all social media. But then again, I don't like that, because Dawn and I are that personal touch. I want people hearing from me.
Yep.
Like TikTok's a little bit different. You can do those videos and they're kind of cool and draw attention. But when you're doing that social, interaction, Dawn and I with our lives that we do on Jinx Em, or just even on our personal pages, things like that.
Yep.
I think that goes a long way, and I enjoy doing that. So it's kind of that double-edged sword. Do you want to get somebody that you pay that's going to run all that for you, or do we want to just continue to do the best we can do with what we've got going with just you and I? So
yep. No, like I said, I liked how personable you guys are with your people, your followers on Facebook and everything. You have a ton of them. The way you talk to the people, like I pay attention to all that stuff, and you guys are dedicated to your job. This is your job. You know what I mean? You're dedicated to it. You answer the questions with the people on Facebook. I've watched all that before I actually approached you guys, and I saw that stuff because I knew about you guys a while ago, you know, and I was just watching and seeing, and I'm like, man, I want to get with that company. And I am glad that, you know, I talked to Dawn and I became sort of like an affiliate with you guys. Right. And I'm going to be promoting you guys. And another thing, too, that I wanted to let the people know, and I'm going to poke that up here. You guys have, well, also on Facebook, real quick, you have Jinx Em Nation as well and Jinx Em Outdoors on Facebook. So you guys can go over and check that out as well. They just have so much stuff going on, and it's just a lot of great content and stuff. But I wanted to talk about, you know, me, we're on YouTube right now. You guys have a YouTube channel as well, Jinx Em Nation YouTube channel, and the videos on there are incredible. Your videos on YouTube are awesome. And I know you do Facebook and up, but I'm just like, man, you're so good at that. The videos, do you video that stuff yourself, or did you have a cameraman help you out on that? Or how did you, like, could you explain to them?
Most of my stuff, there's a few on there that got a cameraman, but probably 80% of everything on there is all self-filmed.
Yeah, and that's awesome, Shawn. You do a great job on your YouTube channel. And you know me, I was telling you before we got on here, it's like, hey man, I want to work with you on the YouTube channel coming up here in the next couple of years or whatever. We get together and do some YouTube content together, because I'd really like to work with you guys on that. And like I said, and that comes from me, you know, just seeing how you are with your followers and stuff like that. So,
and that's honestly though, too, even though, you know, I do decent videos and everything's all good and all that, we just don't have the following, and we don't work. That's the problem. We don't work the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm sure we could grow that quite a bit if we actually put time and effort into trying to actually grow it.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, we get, you know, just running the business in itself and packing orders, shipping orders, running and picking up product. And, you know, we had to pick up another 2 ton of mineral the other day. And, you know, so you just get going in 25 different directions. So you kind of do what you can do. And there's times, I'll tell you, there's been times on Wednesday night, we were supposed to have went live at 7 o'clock and it's 8:30 at night and we're going, oh crap.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me? We were supposed to go and that's it. It's just that there's just so much going on that you just get overran with things that need to get done. And even though we remembered that we were supposed to go live, you know, there was 15 other things we remembered too that we didn't get done.
Yeah, and you probably got a ton of text messages say, hey, ain't you supposed to go live at 7 o'clock?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that happens too. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to be working with you guys for this season and hopefully for future seasons. And hopefully we get we have a long, you know, working relationship to get to know you guys, and even on a business end of it. But I'm going to put up just my code for the Jinx Em Scent, because if the people go over to your website and want to buy something, I actually can offer you with the Off the Hook Outdoors code. You can save 10% on the Jinx Em products that they have. And since we're on the product part of this now, why don't we talk now? You have the scent product, but you also, and I want to go over this too, is you also sell seasonings. And you guys sent me some seasonings, and this might be Dawn's forte here, but I have
this is Dawn's baby.
Okay, so I have the bunch of seasonings that Dawn sent me some samples. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I use more than half of them in here, and they are unbelievable. These seasonings, and you have like jerky snack kits, bacon seasoning kits, sausage mixes. You got 12 different varieties of seasoning, and do you want to talk about that, Dawn? Like how you came up with the seasoning part, and like why you wanted to sell the Jinx Em seasonings?
We basically, when we started expanding, when we got together, is we wanted to become the company that is your one-stop shop. So we wanted to be able to offer stuff. That's Ezra, by the way.
Hey.
Hyper ones. We wanted to be able to offer you stuff to prepare for season, during season, and after season. So when we started expanding,
filling that gap.
Because you know, when we were just on the scent side of it, you know, we had that crazy 3 to 4 months, and then it would die off. And you know, we ended up adding on, you know, our mineral line. We have a food plot seasoning line, and then last November we came out with the seasoning line. And I do want to give some kudos, since a lot of your people are from Pennsylvania. and you're probably more than well know who Hunt Chef is. Hunt Chef is Jeremy Critchfield. He's a 5-star culinary chef that we partnered with to come up with the Jinx Em seasoning line. And we have been nothing but thrilled.
He's the mixologist behind it all.
He is amazing. They're great to deal with. When you were talking about partnership, that's something that Shawn and I work really hard on, you know, with our dealers, our followers, our customers. We try to build, you know, a very long-term relationship. We get to know you, your kids, your family, you know, anything like that. And that's the one thing that we're really known for is, besides our customer service always being accessible, is having that rapport of, you know, one of our dealers had difficulty with the pregnancy, and I literally got a picture of their newborn son a couple hours right after he was born.
Yeah.
And he's just one of our dealers. And, you know, we have dealers that'll be in the tree stand and place an order. Hey, I'm in the tree stand, store said we're out. And the next morning we get a picture of their buck that they've been after for 4 years.
Yeah.
And that's what we like. And so when we came up with the seasoning line, is we wanted to really look at, why do we hunt? The majority of the reason that we hunt is to fill our freezer.
Yeah.
And people love to grill, people love to smoke. So we wanted to try to get both ends of that. So we've got 6 seasonings, 6 rubs. They're good on, you know, a ton of different wild game, as well as your everyday, you know, steaks, briskets, and fish and chicken and stuff like that. We also have 3 sausage jerky kits. We've got 3 jerky snack stick kits, and then 3 sausage kits. We've got 2 bacon kits, and we've got 1 brine.
Yeah, I missed the brine kit. Sorry about that, but you got a brine kit
it's okay.
too.
So we really tried to get into everything, you know, with deer hunting, you know, just avid outdoorsmen that just love to fill their freezer from, you know, God's creations, and what can we do to help you enjoy the harvest that you've just done.
Yeah, we want to have the mineral to help keep them healthy during the you know, the late winter months and spring, summer, and then the food plot seed, same thing, give them, provide nutrition, get them all good and healthy, keep them healthy, and then provide the scents during season to use to lure them in to you know, to harvest. And then all the stuff, now you got a freezer full of meat, so now you want to eat it. So we thought that seasoning would be a good fit for us.
Yeah, and that was another thing that I was going to get to, the seasoning, and then you got the you know, the seed, you got the scents, you got the seed, and you have the minerals. So let's talk a little bit about like the scents, guys. Go over to the website and just browse this. You even have fish and chicken and stuff like that. You have seasonings for fish and chicken. So they got a broad spectrum of seasonings for sure, to cover just everything really. So that's what's so neat about it, that you guys cover, you know, the, hey, American, hey, Al, thanks for coming in. We got Daniel here. Thank you. We got City Sticker. We got a question real quick before we move on. And this is from City Sticker Chris. I'm going to put this up, and it says, do they have day jobs, or is this their thing?
I have a full-time job.
This is my thing.
Yeah. So I have a full-time job. I'm Chief Financial Officer. And then we also run Jinx Em. And then this is his full-time as well. So.
And I went full-time on this, actually real full-time, 21.
Okay.
I went kind of full-time in 18. And then 20, I ended up driving a boom truck for ABC for a little while. I was a boom operator. Okay. And then things just got even bigger and bigger. And so, Dawn's got a real job. Luckily for her, as long as she's got internet, she can do her job. So she can work anywhere in the world. And then it works out good.
Because she can help you out, Shawn. She can do her job and help you out with your job.
Oh, she most definitely. She's the numbers girl. She's a CFO.
My wife is a CPO. She's an accountant and all that stuff. She's a controller of her company. So yeah, they're in the same boat.
And was like, oh my God, what are you doing? She called me her shoebox client.
There you go. Well, she keeps you straight in line, Shawn. So it's great to have her.
She was a great addition. So she handles
awesome.
all that.
Yeah.
tonnage reporting and with our mineral and with our deer feed and seed and everything. She runs all the money side of everything and all the business kind of paperwork side of things.
Yep.
I can do. I don't enjoy it, so I don't put my heart and soul in it. I don't know if she really enjoys it so much either, but she knows it very well.
Yeah.
So I'm the guy making the videos, showing you how to do, and showing off our product and whatever else. Dawn's the gears behind everything.
Yep. No, I get it. And that's that was Chris, City Sticker Chris. That's a good friend of mine. He said he was late. He's a Yinzer. I'm late. So yeah, he's a Yinzer for sure. And then Chris also said he said good women are hard to find. So yeah, he was giving you a compliment there, Dawn. So
well, most definitely.
For sure. So yeah, so
to the next level. I was doing well by myself, but I struggled.
Yeah, no.
I struggled in was all the bookkeeping, the paperwork, and just keeping track of everything.
Yeah.
About growth.
And yeah, Dawn was about growth and about organization.
Yeah, I understand exactly where you're coming from.
And the one thing that, we really, and we even had a customer say something to me the other day. So I sign every order that comes in. I put on a personal note, thanking you for your order.
I have it right here.
Yep, good luck.
I have the note right here that you wrote me.
Done.
And she forgot Brad's.
I did not. It is the bottom of his package that he must not have went through because he does have something because I wrote something on his order. So,
yeah, you wrote me. Thanks, Ted, for your order. Good luck and welcome to Jinx Em Nation.
So
Shawn and Dawn.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those
she does that with every single order.
Thousands of orders.
Thousands.
And they sort of have gotten nicknamed Dawn's Love Letters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that
if she does miss one, she does hear about it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Where's my letter?
Well, and that's something that I want to get to a little bit later in the show with the packaging part of it that I think is so special through you guys. We'll go into that in a little bit, but let's talk about your minerals and let's talk about your seed real quick. I don't know how much you want to, you have the information, but let the people know the seeds you have and let them know the minerals because I know you have some new minerals this year, correct?
Yes. Now this year we've got our original Fat Rats mineral. We actually was Invite Wildlife Systems. We bought them out here 3 years ago. Yep, 21 now, and mainly to obtain their mineral recipe because they were around for quite a while. They were one of the early ones. They come in like 07 or something like that, 05, 07, and kind of got to jump on everything. And they did very well with it and ended up their kids grew up and were into sports and football and wrestling and everything else. And they had real jobs too. So they just couldn't deal with all the kids' activities and everything. So we ended up buying that from them. So this is the original Fat Rats mineral.
What's the story behind Fat Rats? So the story behind Fat Rats is Bobby Duncan was the owner and he was in Ohio and I lived in Ohio at the time. Okay. And I had a nonprofit called Backroads Outdoors and they were one of my sponsors. And the mineral was like my main go-to. It was a mineral that I'd never had deer react the way that they had reacted to this mineral. They dig a hole within a week, and they just can't get enough of it. Mm-hmm.
Even I was impressed, and I've used a lot of
mineral. And he sort of, because he's Mr. Trophy Hunter, and when I say that this product was, I never used another mineral after Invite shut down. Mm-hmm. I was a loyal Fat Rats customer, and I literally hoarded, and I even cried when they shut it down. They did ask me to buy it back in 2014, and I had another business at the time, and I couldn't give it the time and the dedication that I know that Bobby and Mike and Bobby's dad had put into it, mm-hmm. and they weren't just going to sell it to anybody. So fast forward, Shawn and I met in 21 and, talking about expansion in mineral, and the light bulb went off and went, oh my goodness, I wonder if Bobby ever sold Invite. And got a hold of him and they did not sell it. They were at the table a couple times but didn't like how it was going to be done. and they said that they would rather just take it to the grave with them than
Okay.
let them have their recipe ran into the ground. So they allowed us to buy it, and out of everything, they had the food plot seed line, they had the mineral, and the main reason that we wanted to buy that company was just for that mineral. Everything
Of
else
course,
was
got the seed blend
Yeah.
side of it too, which was a plus because we're looking into that
icing
too.
on the cake is all that was.
So yeah, so that was it. The mineral took off. It's been phenomenal. We've been
It's our
getting people
number one
from
seller.
all over the country, and last year it did really well. This year it just kind of went
Exploded.
crazy.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh my God, this mineral is fantastic." So, and then that was it. And then as far as our seed line, like Don said, that came with the purchase of Invite. So we quickly got with a seed supplier, and we pretty much, what do we got? 9 blends. I think we got 9 blends of seed. We've got it all pretty much.
Anybody
Yeah.
want
Your spring plants. We got our X20, our extreme perennial. We have our double X and our triple X woodland.
Those are great
Those are also good fall. The woodland are good fall plants too.
Those are for like your honey holes, your limited filtered light.
Like your shot plots type deal, like your shot plots
Yeah,
or
like your
something.
little clearings in the timber,
Yeah.
as long as you're getting a little bit of sunlight.
Yeah.
Yep, they're good for that. And then we've got like our rack exploder, which is our fall blend, which is
Number
Nebraska,
one.
turnips. God, I'm not gonna remember everything that's in that at all. But pretty much, and we got sweet beets, and then we got turnips.
Yeah.
And we've got sorghum, it's the Egyptian wheat, which is a sorghum basically. And then we've got
Switchgrass.
switchgrass.
Okay.
We had a lot of people wanting the switchgrass, and so we got some of that stuff too. So yeah, we kind of got everything pretty much covered, on pretty much whatever seed blend that you're looking for. We have discussed too, there's a couple other blends that, now that we purchased the seed, I wasn't really into, I'm a farmer, born and raised on a farm kid, but I never really got into,
Mm-hmm.
seed blends and things like that. But this
Yeah.
one thing purchasing that business has done has got me to delve in pretty quickly. So we've even discussed, there's a couple other blends out there that I think would be beneficial. And so we've kind of been looking at maybe expanding, coming out with another 1 or 2 blends on our food plot seed. But other than that, that's pretty much where all that was the purchase of Invite. And
then this year we took it a step further. We had a lot of people that was all about flavored mineral. Fat Racks is amazing on its own, but we try to do what we can for what our customers ask for. So we have now come out with our regular Fat Racks comes in 3, 8, and 50-pound bags. Our flavored Fat Racks comes in 3-pound bags only right now, just because we just brought it out and testing the waters. But we've got 2, 4, 6 flavors. We've got Crazy Candy Apple. We got Mean Green Apple, Radical Red Delicious, Pimpin' Peanut Butter, Sweet Corn Surge, and Persimmon Blaze. So if you were, that flavor.
And that went
guy,
crazy when we started out with that Persimmon's Blaze, and oh my goodness, the day we announced that
we wanted to sell 100 bags.
Shopify notifications was ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding,
Yeah.
ding.
Well, I seen that you were asking to name it and stuff too. Like back in the day, there you were asking your followers and stuff like what to name your Fat Racks mineral, the next mineral, or what you were also doing like a flavor, like what flavor would you use? And that's really cool that you ask this public like what they want, and then you give it to them. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and that's what we literally did. Our website guy actually set up a survey deal on there, and then we went right down through it, and pretty much, all right, these are the top 3. We ended up coming out with 6 different ones, but we had 3 that really stood out, but then there was the 3 more behind there that were like, you know what? Not a bunch of people are saying it, but there's enough people saying it that, you know what, let's just kind of go ahead and come out. We'll do 6 flavors. We jumped out with, like I said, the Persimmon's Blaze there to begin with, and then everything kind of went crazy. A couple weeks later, it's like, all right, here we go. Bing, 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 bing. We got all
Yeah,
bunch.
that's awesome.
It helps attract the deer. It gives it gets it the scent. But, you and I both know that odor and that flavor and that smell is more for the hunter than it is for the deer.
Yeah.
Because after a couple rains, you know, that's going to wash that away anyway. But our Fat Racks mineral is fantastic on its own anyway, so it doesn't hurt anything. And for guys starting out new sites and that, I think coming out with that flavored aroma, I think helps draw attention to that mineral a little bit quicker than.
Yeah. And I hunt PA, obviously I'm in PA, and I can't throw minerals out and any kind of attractants now, 30 days before the season or whatever. So that minerals and stuff that I used all summer, I can't use it now, but I hunt Ohio. I have a lease in Ohio. So I'm going to probably have to get some of these minerals off you guys here real soon and take them down. I think I'm going down to Ohio next Sunday, just for the morning to change batteries in my cameras. I don't have cell phone cameras yet, believe that or not. I don't have cell cameras yet. But I run down there. I get my buddy built a house down there, so that's nice. I could stay with him now. We were jumping from hotel to hotel when we were hunting our leases down there. But then he built a retirement home, like he's going to retire and move down there. So we have a place to stay now, and we have public land down there, and we have a lease, and we hunt both. And you can't bait on the public land down there anymore. So we have our lease and we bait with that, and the minerals would be perfect for that. And I want to try the minerals out and possibly next year go with your seed to for my camp here in PA. We have a deer management program. So I'll definitely be placing orders with that. But with that being said, real quick here, with all your products that you guys have, and we didn't even get into the scents yet, but the products that you have, you're running a giveaway. It's for the 2024 season, and it is for a $100 gift card, and it's a share your harvest using Jinx Em Scents, and it's via Facebook, or you can text you or Dawn on that. If anybody wants to text them, just get a hold of me and I'll let them know, but probably better off sharing it on Facebook, on your Facebook page with you guys, and you have to be using Jinx Em Scents. So guys, get over to the Jinx Em Scents website, order some stuff, use my link if you want to save 10% off, and get on one of the hottest scents out there right now, guys. I'm telling you,
use our product and you harvest a deer. Yep, just take a picture, either wearing a Jinx Em shirt or a Jinx Em hat, or holding up a bottle of our scent or a scent elimination spray. But even if not, if you don't have the product with you right there, I know how it goes sometimes, especially if you're going in the way after dark in the middle of the timber, you're not carrying only the necessities, when you're to recover deer. So sometimes you don't have that. But yeah, just send us a picture either via right through Jinx Em Scents page right here on Facebook, or you can, both of our numbers are on the website too. You can text that picture to us, give us your name and all that, and that's it. You'll be entered in at the end of the season. We'll be doing a big to-do, and probably be doing some voting in to see which picture everybody likes and which one they vote for the picture of the year. And that person will
put that on our cover page.
Put that on our cover page on Facebook, and that person will get $100 worth of product.
Awesome. And then, like I said, you also, before we get into the scents, one of my favorite parts of it, but I do love the seasonings and everything too. So Dawn, I love the seasonings, just so you know. But you also on your Facebook page, when you're doing your lives and stuff, explain a little bit, because you do you give away some product and you give away some stuff in your lives. How do you run your lives on Facebook, and like when you're doing your products and your giveaways and stuff like that? Like, do you have to be, obviously you have to be a part of, you have to buy something? Like, how can you explain that? Like, because you do give away a lot of stuff.
We give away a lot, and I'll let Dawn take this over. I'll just.
I seen her smiling, so I kind of figured she was going to take the lead on this.
It's be a competition thing, because
Dawn likes to give stuff away.
I see.
I don't mind giving stuff away, but there's sometimes it's like, baby, hey, reel it in here.
I know, I got you.
But we enjoy that, and honestly, we give stuff. So we got a couple different ways that we give stuff away. We've got a big wheel that we've got prizes written on, and we'll pick somebody out of our live chat, and we spin the wheel for them, of course. But whatever they get on that wheel, whatever it lands on, that's what they get.
And the main thing, and I'm going to tell with all your viewers on right now, if you join one of our lives, you need to comment. We can see when you join, that you're viewing, but then that goes away. We pick our winners from the comments. So if we see a new name.
And we like new names.
Yes. and we try to pick people that, you know, we've never seen before.
Welcome them to the page. Hey, nice to meet
Yep.
you. Nice
Yeah, you guys are really good at that too. I wanted to give you the kudos on
You know,
that.
we
for sure.
try to answer all the questions. We don't always see them all, and we watch every live after we're done. It's pretty much what we do after our lives. We eat dinner and rewatch our lives to make sure we didn't miss any questions. But Shawn and I are really hardcore on interaction.
Yep.
No matter how big Jinx Em gets, we're still going to be Shawn and Dawn. The only thing that's going to change is we're going to have more hunting land and
Hunt more.
hunt more.
Hunt more.
That's it. You know, it's still.
And we're just, I am a strong believer in our product. I know that it works, everything that we sell, and I'm, you know, for like our synthetic line, a year, not to jump ahead, but that took 7 years to get that.
Yeah, and that's
Because I didn't want to. It was because I couldn't get anybody that was sending me samples that I was satisfied with. So with our product on these giveaways, we like to give that stuff away because we want to get it into people's hands, because I am a firm believer in it happened more than I can even count. A guy won a bottle of urine on one of our lives. He goes out, we ship it out to him. He goes out and uses it and send us a picture like, hey, I won this bottle of you guys' scent on your guys' live back in, you know, September. And man, look at this buck. I built a mock scrape and I've had this buck's been coming in and I finally got him, you know, man. And that's it. And honestly, on stuff like that, you get a customer because he knows that he can trust you, that you're going to give him good advice, that you're providing a good product. And that's where we're at. We just want to get our product into people's hands so they can use it, so they can see for themselves.
yeah.
Wow, this stuff works. Not because I tell you it works, or not because someone tells you it works, or your buddy down the road told you that it works. You know, I want that firsthand. Here you go. You know what? We're willing to give away a bunch of product every year to get you into the woods to help you harvest a deer. But if it helps you harvest a deer, send us a picture, and hopefully we've gained a lifetime customer. I mean, that's kind of
Yeah, and we just don't, I mean, we want to be that one-stop shop.
Yep.
But the products that we physically sell are made here. We do not sell product that we do not use. Every single piece of product that we have, we personally use in our hunts every year.
And if it's somebody turns me on to something and it's garbage, I'm the guy that's going to tell you it's garbage.
Yeah.
It don't work.
And we
Yeah, you appreciate that.
If it's garbage, you're wasting money. Don't freaking do it. And you know, I'm a big buck hunter. I hunt all public ground, so I got a little tougher than the guys that got 300-400 acres of private. You know, that they get to kind of, you know, monitor those deer and raise them and pass up what they don't want. I'm on public, and you know, it's tough, and I'm shooting 170-inch deer on public ground, and so the products that I use, I am very, very, very anal. If it doesn't work, I am not using it, because I am not risking that product's gonna booger out a deer on me and cost me maybe even a buck in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I'm just I've always been like that.
Yeah, and that's good to do that. It's good to have that like confidence in you guys, like, you know, not giving any BS out there. You know, like you're using the products, you're harvesting deer with your products. You're, you know, giving your products away so somebody can try it out. And like the best way to do it, guys, is go over to the website and pick up some scent and try it for yourself, guys. I'm excited because I got a whole bunch of stuff from you guys recently. I wanted to get out in the woods this past weekend to do a mock scrape, because I got the mock scrape kit and everything from you guys as well. But my daughter had she had a softball tournament all weekend. So we had a softball tournament yesterday and today, and then a football game my son played in today at 3:00. So I wasn't able to get out, but this week I'm going out because hunting season here starts Saturday. So I want to get a mock scrape in at least with a camera on it and get up in the woods probably Saturday morning. But Chris had a question. He says, and we're going to get into the scents right now. He said, is limb liquor a curiosity scent, food-based smell, or a synthetic gland type attractant?
And I was just reading that too, and you jumped in there. So our limb liquor it's a curiosity scent. There's no gland scent in it at all. No urine, nothing. This is just a scent that we did some testing with, mixing different scents, different odors, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Until we got a good reaction from the deer. and literally use this on that licking branch over those mock scrapes.
Okay.
And deer, they're all about it. They just like I said, so they're just curious about it.
Yeah. Does this, Shawn, does the limb liquor need to be refrigerated?
No, do not refrigerate it because it is it's got an oil base.
Okay.
So it'll get really thick on you, and then you won't be able to spray it out of your it won't spray out of the head.
Okay, that's
So,
great.
Just keep that limb liquor, just keep that at room temperature. Again, that's just a curiosity scent. It's just a scent that they like, that they're all about. They like sniffing up and down that licking branch on it and checking it out and what is this, and whether they ever figure out exactly what's going on, probably not, but they're deer.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. No, that was a good question, Chris. Thank you for that question.
So Chris, we'll just jump in right here then, Ted. Chris,
Yeah.
on the Mystic, our preorbital gland scent, if that's what you're looking for that glandular scent attractant, our Mystic preorbital gland scent. Now, we call it a preorbital gland scent, but y'all know that preorbital gland scent is the deer ducts. That's all it is. Ours is like a supercharged preorbital gland scent. Our preorbital contains the forehead gland, the earwax gland, the preorbital gland, the saliva gland, everything that's on that deer's head, all of them scents that are on all those glands. Like I said, there's even earwax gland in here. So ours literally, because if you watch deer, and I know a lot of you, especially if you're a hardcore hunter, been running mocks a lot, you'll see those deer more than anything, they work the licking branch, even in the rut. Now they'll come in, they'll paw, that buck will get a little crazy and he'll paw the dirt. But a lot of times you'll get 7, 8 deer in a row that come in. All they do is work the licking branch. Never scrape that scrape one time. All they did was work that licking branch.
Well, that's the thing. Let me stop you right there, because that's the thing. A lot of these scent companies out there will dump, the deer pee on the ground, and they're sending pictures out there of the licking branch with them licking the branch. And it's like, they're not digging the ground, they're working that licking branch. And that's a very important part of a scrape.
Without that licking branch, you don't have a scrape. I mean, literally, because, and that's what it is. That licking branch is the heartbeat of that scrape. It literally
Yes,
is.
sir.
That
Yes, sir.
every single deer, doe, fawn, little buck, medium buck, big buck, every single one of those deer will work that licking branch when they come in there. Every one of them, even that fawn. But they might not always paw that scrape.
Yeah.
You'll get a lot of times, and I put my mocks, I put my cameras on video.
Yep.
So I get to watch what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he'll get a buck that'll come in and he'll work that licking branch and he'll paw the crap out of that mock. But then the next 3 bucks that come in, all they did was work the licking branch and off they went. They never pawed it. They never urinated in it. And then you get the next buck that comes in and he does it all. He works the licking branch. He paws it. He urinates it and pumps his legs and does the whole 9, and then off he goes. So they're all doing something different for the most part when they come in to visit that. But one thing that 100% of all of those deer are doing every single time they come into that mock, they're working that licking branch.
And I agree 100% with you on that one, for sure. Cool. Okay, so let me grab my natural deer urine here, because my wife just looked at me and said, "You have deer pee on top of the watermelon in the fridge."
And I'm going to apologize to all the wifeys right now. If you're going to put it in your food fridge, put them in a Ziploc or something.
Yeah, and hold on, let me grab it real quick.
Happy, because, put it out in your garage fridge.
Yep, Chris. So you'd want to be looking at our Mystic preorbital gland scent.
Okay.
And that stuff, we've done very, very, very well with that. Everybody loves it.
100%.
And that's what I use that limb liquor a little bit here and there, but this is my go-to. I use this probably 90% of the time. I'm using our Mystic preorbital gland.
And a little of that goes a long way. You only need like 5 or 6 drops on it.
4 or
You don't
5
need to
drops
drench
on that licking branch, if that's all you need. It's pretty concentrated. Literally
100%.
4 or 5 drops.
Would you use that, Shawn? Would you use that if people were using the ropes, like the hemp ropes and stuff?
Yep, this is exactly what you would put on that rope. And you see some of these companies, they're coming out with those ropes, and I seen the one, they're filling that little square tub thing about that full of liquid and then dunking that whole rope in there. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be expensive.
Yeah. No, I get it. So is Jinx Em Scents coming out with the rope anytime soon?
We've talked about it. We've discussed
for
it.
3 years.
Yeah, we've been discussing it for a couple of years.
We really like the branch and the
But
vines.
literally, like I said, on that rope, you don't need to get all that. You don't need to soak that rope and drench so it's dripping stuff off of it. All you need is the scent on that. That's all you're trying to accomplish there is get that scent on that rope, not drown it where you walk away and it's dripping. Now, will that work? Of course it'll work. But do you need to? And that's, to me, I guess, looking at that, I was kind of wasting a lot of product getting wasted by
for sure
because it's going to dry out. And why not come in every week, put on 4, 5, 6 drips on that rope of our Mystic Pure Gland Scent? You got the scent there, and you're pretty much doing the same thing, and you're not burning through a pile of product, I guess.
And the goal is to get the deer to come and rub on it so you can get that real deer scent on it as well. So yeah, our product, a little goes a long way. The pre-orbital is expensive even for our cost. So it's something that, as much as we would love for the business to grow, we're honest. We're not going to tell you need to put a half a bottle of urine in your mock.
But you
Shawn,
can, and
Shawn
it won't hurt
does,
it.
because he can. But you don't need to. We'll tell you what the little bit of product that you can use to bring them in, and that's just how we are. We're very honest.
That was something that I brought up, I think, on one of our last lives that it's all great and wonderful. These guys come out with all these different products from all these different scent companies, and we've got a slime this, and we've got a powdered this, and we've got all this other stuff. And everybody's like, yeah, but it works. It works. Well, of course it works because it's infused with deer urine. Yeah. I could take Q chalk and chop it into a powder and mix deer urine with it and go put it out on a scrape. And guess what? Deer are going to come check it out. But you don't need that.
Yeah.
You need buck urine right now in our pre-orbital gland scent. That's all you need. But again, here's another good one for you. So when I started this all out, a lot of people weren't in pre-orbital gland scent. Was non-existent. Nobody had it. Never heard of it. Mm-hmm. So what were we doing back then? We were taking our dominant buck misfortune and we were building our scrape on the ground. We were putting our 12, 15 drops of urine in that scrape. And then we were taking the same bottle and we were putting 5 or 6 drips of urine on that licking branch.
That's what Chris just said. He goes, a pet peeve of his was guys spraying urine on the licking branches, but nobody knew back then.
But that's all we had.
Yes.
But you want to know what? My biggest whitetail buck shot off public ground. We didn't have our pre-orbital. I shot him at 21. We were using urine. That had urine on it. Every time I went in there, I put urine on that mock. I put urine on that licking branch, and he literally took ownership of that scrape. He literally ripped my licking branch right out of the freaking tree. I had to climb up another tree and run a vine and zip tie it all on and put it all back together. He literally destroyed that mock, and that's all I was using was buck. So that's where Dawn was getting. We're not going to sell you. Do we want to make money at this? Of course we do. But I also want to be honest with everybody, and it's like, but you don't need all that stuff. You don't. You can literally, especially in our economy, what we got going on today, people are struggling. I get it. Literally, you can buy our dominant buck misfortune, put it in your scrape, put your 5 or 6 drops on that licking branch, put a trail camera on that mock scrape, and you're going to get deer to visit it. Period. The deer don't care that there's urine on that licking branch.
Yeah.
Because also got to look at too, deer are like dogs. They sniff each other's butts. They lick themselves. They run their faces all up in their own crotches and licking and everything, just like a dog does. So if he just recently got done licking down his legs and his tarsal glands and everything else, he just now got that scent all over his face.
Yeah.
Now he's working a licking branch. Well, guess what? He just got urine on that licking branch.
Yeah, it makes sense. I get it.
That's why it just doesn't matter. But I would rather have somebody that's struggling money-wise say, God, I really want to try some of that Jinx Em. Just buy our dominant buck. That's like, if you can't afford to buy the pre-orbital gland scent too and do them both, but really, these are the 2 that you need. That's all you need. That's going to show you every buck in 90% of every buck in your area where you're building the smock, and that's all you need. So don't go out, and these guys are going out and you're just wasting so much money to throw on the ground, and you just don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Like I said, would I like to sell a bunch of urine to you? Of course I would. You want to burn a bottle up on the scrape? Have at her. I'll sell you another bottle. Of course.
Yeah, I got all this stuff, so I guess I'm one of those buy all. But I had to try all your products. That's why I bought it. I got the synthetic and I got the natural. And while we're going on that real quick here, Peterson said video mode is so important in trail cameras, obviously, because you can see what the deer are doing and stuff like that. But Dawn, I bet, is Dawn responsible for the packaging, Shawn?
Of course.
Of course. Okay. So
packaging for what?
When they
Oh,
receive it.
Yes, Dawn.
okay. Well,
I vacuum seal. I do a lot of vacuum sealing. I've been hurt though lately, and I can't even pick up a freaking cup of coffee.
I hear you.
But yeah,
I'm particular on
she does all that.
Well, I want to show the people that, Shawn, right now. Like I got this. Well, you can see it back here, I guess. Let's see, right there. This is the refrigeration, and she even goes as far as she gives you a sticker that says refrigerate on the package. And
Yep.
she separated the synthetic that don't need to be refrigerated, and she vacuum sealed that. And then she vacuum seals. Oh, I'm sorry. She vacuum seals and puts refrigerate on here, so you know what to put in your refrigerator, keep it as fresh as possible. And that tells you right there, guys, that they care about their products and they care about what you receive. Because this isn't open yet. This was in the fridge on the watermelon. This is what my wife was just yelling at me about. But it is in the package here. I wouldn't leave it open. I have a fridge downstairs where all my scents are in the butter dish, all opened in a butter dish. So this, guys, is how it comes. Dawn gives you a personalized letter on the invoice. They take the time to vacuum seal the product. She takes the time to put this little refrigerate sticker on the stuff that needs refrigerated. And like I said, that's the refrigerated one. And I am putting this right back in the fridge, by the way. And then we have the synthetics right here that don't need refrigerated with all the other stuff with the dabs and stuff. So you did the pre-orbital and you did the Mystic. Do you want to do the Misfortune and like go through your scents if you want? Now, they do have synthetic if you're into the synthetics. And I know you spent a lot of time on your synthetics to get it right. And I think that that's really important nowadays because you never know when the deer management and all that is going to say no more natural deer urine, only can use synthetic. So I really like that you guys got the synthetics and the natural. That's why I got both. So if you would go through, and I'll just give you the floor on this, Shawn. Just go through all your scents that you have. We know you have a synthetic line of the same scent, so you can go through the names of the scents and what they are, please.
And I'll click with Chris there. He was asking if we chill the pre-orbital. I do. I keep mine in the refrigerator. You don't need to, though. This has a 2-year shelf life, so if you forget it in your pack and it sits there for a couple days and you're like, oh, crap, throw it in the refrigerator. If that's what you want to do, you don't have to. But I do. So it's got the 2-year shelf life, but if you refrigerate it, it's kind of indefinite. It's going to stay good for.
But if you have it
that long, if you have it that long, then you're not hunting enough, and you need to get out in the woods and build more mock scrapes.
For sure. And my dad's in here. He's Theodore Ponowski. That's my dad. He's going to be trying the products, obviously.
Hi, Dad.
From you guys as well. And my mom's in here, Bernadette. So they're both in here tonight watching us. So hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. We got bottle caps in here from Johnny. Thank you for coming in, bottle caps. We got Johnny Small Pepper. We got City Sticker Chris. We got Gary from Jailbait and Tackle. We got Any Fin Outdoors, Bob over there. We got Phil from Peterson's. We got Hunting and Stuff. We got, who else we have in here? John from Small Water Charters. But yeah, we thank you all for coming in tonight. Hit that like button if you haven't. So, Shawn, take us on just go through your scents and what they're all about, because you have some really cool names for your scent, and I want all the people to know what each one means and what's in each one of your scents for them, please.
All right. And obviously my last name is Jinx, so it's just a word play. Spell it Jinx, Jinx Em. Kind of put the jinx on the deer. We had guys in the beginning were like, what are you going to jinx your hunting? No, we're going to put the jinx on the deer, not on us. So that's how that all got going. So we've got our dominant buck Misfortune. This is our number one seller. and probably partially why it's our #1 seller because of guys that start their summertime mock scrapes. We got guys that start their summertime mock scrapes. Some of them are starting up first part of June, mid-June. We've got others that don't go until, 1st of July, and others again that don't really go until maybe the 1st of August. So we move a lot of our dominant buck misfortune because this time of the year right now, that's all you need is our dominant buck misfortune and our Mystic Pure Orbital Gland Scent. So this is our synthetic I'm holding on to here.
Mm-hmm.
Also got 100% pure that is literally right out of the spigot, right from that buck, right into this bottle. And so it's guaranteed. And then we freeze. That's our deal. Once we bottle it, we freeze it and it stays frozen until you order it. And I'll add this in real quick too. For guys that order over the website, just know that 2, sometimes 3 days of shipping, your product is going to be thawed out. As Ted showed you, that we vacuum seal all of our orders too. That not only helps protect against any leaks, but it also helps to keep that urine fresh too once it's warm because there's no oxygen getting to it.
Well, let me add to this, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Shawn, on that, but I received the product from Dawn, and it had a small ice pack wrapped around it.
Yep.
So that was awesome as well. It kept it cool. So you guys go that extra. You even throw an ice pack in there wrapped around this the fresh deer urine. When I received that box, it was not freezing cold, but it was cool. So that helped a lot. So I just wanted to let the viewers know that you guys even take that extra step. And I got the ice pack.
But if it does get warm,
you're
totally fine. We ship to Canada, and we vacuum seal it and do the whole thing to Canada. And by the time it goes through customs and everything up there, those guys are looking at 9 to 10 days that this product has been in the mail. But with it being vacuum sealed, and we tried to test run with the guy in Canada. He's like, you know what? I'm going to buy a case and let's find out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, buddy. Won't guarantee you anything because that's a long time. And I think that vacuum seal in those bottles, I think, was the ticket. And that was it. He got that urine in the mail. He called me right up on the phone. He goes, I wanted you on the phone because I'm going to open this right here while you're on the phone with me.
Yeah.
And he busted it open and broke open a bottle of urine. He smelled it and he goes, my God, dude, that smells just like a deer. And I'm like, it's not pungent-y, not burning your nose, ammonia. And he goes, not even a little bit. That smells like deer urine 100%. And he ended up killing deer that year with it. So he's been a regular customer of ours out of Canada. So, and then we can move on into our synthetic. Again, you had touched on, and I touched on earlier there too, Ted, that it took a long time to come up with our synthetic because I just wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I had guys sending me samples, and I'm not even lying. Some of that stuff, I swear to God, it was Dawn dish soap and water. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then it took 7 years. On my 7th year, I actually had a buddy of mine got with me and said, dude, I met this old guy, and we did a bunch of talking, and he says he's got some synthetic that he will hook you up with synthetic. And so I gave him your number, and he's going to call you. So he called me up, we talked, and he sent me up some samples, and he's like, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to send you up my synthetic, and if I blindfolded you, you would not be able to tell my synthetic from your 100%, literally. And I was like, all right, you know what, send me up some samples. So he did, that was it. I opened them up and was like, wow.
Yeah.
This smells like a deer. So I took off out to the woods and I built a mock scrape and put a camera on. I come back a week later, and I think I had that first week, I think I had 9 different bucks that visited that mock scrape and a whole bunch of doe. And they acted normal, just like no big deal. And I was like, wow, that's because I've been anti-synthetic. I really was for a lot of years. And in the
Scares one deer, he won't use it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
one
just,
deer
yeah,
too many.
if it spooks one deer, that's one deer too many to me.
Yeah.
And once we got with this synthetic, I put it through its paces, believe that, because I'm not using this stuff. I'm not using.
Well, Dawn, you shot your biggest deer on that, didn't you, Dawn? You shot your biggest deer off of synthetic?
My first Iowa buck was all on synthetic.
140-inch town she off of our synthetic. So, like I said, that's our dominant buck misfortune, and that is great for building mock scrapes right now. And honestly, I use this all year.
Yeah, I got a bunch of bottles of that here. I got a bunch of bottles.
I never stop using my dominant buck when I go in and freshen, even when the rut comes in. I go in, I keep using my dominant buck, but what I'm doing now when the rut's starting to come in, then we switch up and I go to our doe estrus Bewitched. Now, our Bewitched is 100% pure or synthetic. They are both, the synthetic obviously mimics the urine of an estrus doe. Our 100% is literally urine collected from the doe when she is in full-blown estrus. So, but that's all. That's just the urine. As it passes out of her, it gets collected and we bottle it. That I start using this for us here in the Midwest. I start using this around, you might see me cheating maybe the 17th, 18th of October. I'll start introducing a little bit of this. While I'm still using my Dominant Buck Misfortune and my preorbital gland scent, I'm now just introducing my 12 to 15 drops of our Bewitched.
And that Bewitched is just an estrus doe, correct?
Yep, that's just straight up doe estrus urine.
Urine, yeah, doe
Yep,
estrus.
that's what that is. That's urine that's collected from the doe when she's in full-blown estrus.
Okay. Peterson's from Farms Nashville has a question. He said, looking on your website now, I just see Misfortune. Is that the same as Dominant Buck Misfortune?
Yes. Yep.
It just
Exactly.
depends on if you want the 100% or the synthetic.
Yep. The
Those
SYN
are
will
the
have the
separate.
SYN in front of it. And then 100% just says Dominant Buck Misfortune.
Yeah, if you could see that on there, it's S-Y-N. I don't know if you could see it real good, but it says, I got the synthetic here. And matter of fact, while you're talking, I'm throwing my other natural back in the refrigerator real quick.
Yep. And then as we move on, once we hit Halloween, 1st of November, then I start introducing our supercharged doe estrus ecstasy. Now we've taken this to the new level. So the ecstasy is the same thing as our Bewitched. It's 100% doe urine collected from that doe when she's in full-blown estrus, but we have infused this with vaginal, anal, tarsal, and interdigital gland. So it just kind of puts every scent that deer has on her when she's in heat. It puts it all right in that bottle. And again, as I'm refreshing my mocks and running around, I'm always continue using my buck, doing my 12 to 15 drops in the scrape, doing my 12 to 15 drops of my Bewitched in that scrape. And then when I kind of drop this, I would drop the Bewitched off around the 1st of November, and then I'm just going to the ecstasy, and I don't even use the Bewitched anymore.
Okay.
Now I'm looking for doe that are coming into heat. That's what I want to mimic, is an actual full-blown doe in estrus. And so I'll do my 12 to 15 drops of this into that scrape now, along with my 12 to 15 drops of my Dominant Buck, and then my 4 to 5 drops I'm doing on that licking bench. I do that every single time I freshen that scrape, right from June 1st, if that's when I started doing my mocks, right up until season ends January 10th for us here in Iowa. And again, then I'm jumping in with our estrus, when we get into later into October, when the doe, you're starting to get a doe might pop here and there, few and far between, but there is a doe maybe pops on the 19th or the 20th, and you might not get another doe pop for another week. But there are those sporadics that don't want to seem to follow the norm, and they'll pop early. Again, the other end, you get the ones that pop late too. Yeah. So yep. And then move on real quick.
So your synthetic, I'm sorry, real quick, Shawn. The ecstasy is basically your Bewitched, but it's supercharged with some other secretion, vaginal secretions, and all the other extras with the tarsal. So it's basically supercharged estrus.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. It's got the vaginal, anal, tarsal, and interdigital gland are infused in that.
Yep. Okay. I just wanted to make that clear to the people out there that it is different than the Bewitched.
It is, yes. That Bewitched does not have any of that other gland lure in it at all.
Okay, great.
Nope.
And on my hunt, those were the two urines that we used, was the synthetic Misfortune and the synthetic Ecstasy. And the one thing I could say, because that was my first deer here in Iowa, that buck literally,
he was
busted out.
He was all about it.
He was behind us, and I have cancer, so I had to move back and get comfortable because we were on the ground hunting. And I snapped a stick as big as a toothpick, and he was right behind us. And we're like, great, here we go. Well, he went up further and hit the trail that we poured this on. And he literally could not get enough of that ecstasy. He'd go down, he'd come up, he'd lick his lips and his nose, and he'd smell, and then he'd walk a little further and do it all again. and shot them 18,
Literally put
20
the
yards. If that.
stop the scent trail right in front of us about 20 yards on a cluster about 4 or 5 trees. And I had maybe a quarter bottle left in each bottle, and I just squirted the rest of that buck and that ecstasy all over that cluster of trees right there, and that was it. He followed that trail. He'd stop every 6, 7 yards and look around, lick his lips, and then nose on the ground, and he'd come all the way up, got right to that cluster of trees right there in front of us, and was smelled. That hunt actually aired on Just Killing Time TV here this last year. And that was it. He was all over that scent. He read the script and come right in, and he was all about it. He ended up being a 140 inch 10-pointer. So
Perfect commercial.
yeah, it was. He literally did everything that you want him to do when
That's awesome.
when they're working a scent line like that.
Yep.
So then we'll get into our dabs. Now our dabs are just the water beads that are soaked in urine. Again, we have all of these in both synthetic and 100%.
Yep.
And the dabs, what the dabs are designed. Oh, you got some there. Yep. The dabs are designed.
I don't know if you can see them.
Yep. We could see them for sure. Yep.
And they're each of our urines have a color. So our dominant buck is green, our bewitched doe estrus is purple, and our ecstasy is pink. So everything color coordinates from our urine to our synthetic to our dabs to our drags. So everything.
And that's an awesome combination. I love your packaging, the colors and everything. I just think it's eye catching, and it really does draw you in. I really like that packaging and them colors.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
So the dabs are just designed to last longer. So we designed the dabs because I've got a couple of spots, a couple of mocks that I run that back in my younger years, I could get into them once a week without any trouble. As I'm getting older and I've got rheumatoid arthritis pretty severe, it gets harder to get in on those once a week. So the dabs we designed, you can stretch these out and get 12, 14 days out of these dabs sitting in that mock. The good thing about these also is once they do shrink down and they're small, they still stink. And then another thing good about these is when a buck comes in or a doe comes in and she urinates in that scrape, if there's some dabs that are laying there by that urine that he just urinated in, it will start to absorb, until it finally soaks into the ground. But it'll absorb that moisture back into those beads too, so they kind of recharge.
Yep.
And again, so like I said, the dabs are designed for just places that you can't or don't get into very often, and you want to be able to stretch it out to a couple of weeks, every 2 weeks before I go in and freshen that mock instead of once a week. In a perfect world, I would say freshen that scrape every 4 to 5 days. But a lot of us don't live where we hunt or we hunt public. So, you get a week, once a week, freshen them up with the dabs. You'll pull out another couple weeks. But what we did with these dabs too, and you guys been seeing, we've been running some ads. I'm sure you've seen it there, Ted, on our Hex Stick Mini.
Yes, and I'm glad you're getting into the Hex Stick and things too, because you have that in there.
Directly kind of designed and came up with the dabs in mind, and I don't think you can probably see that. That's actually got water dabs in it that I use for our shows. I didn't put urine in it. I just put water in them to swell them up so people could see it, so they're not walking on the show smelling deer urine.
Yeah.
So these mini Hex Stick we came up with, and it's a 2-piece system, and it's threaded here on the top and it's threaded on the bottom. And let me tell you what, those beads that are in there right there, those have been in there since the March. Iowa Deer Classic in the first weekend in March, and they have not hardly shrank at all. So this piece is threaded also on that end. So to get it, to access it, you unthread it, put our dabs in here. These are fantastic for our dabs. Whether you're using our dominant buck, our bewitched, or our supercharged ecstasy. But that's it. Fill it with those beads, put it in there, and then you're just going to thread that back on. Once it gets past those threads, then it drops down. So you literally set these up at home, throw that canister right in your pack, go to the woods. When you get to where you're going to hunt, you get out, you hang this up off from a tree branch or over your mock scrape. I use them over my mocks and all that, or wherever. A lot of guys will use, they might have 3 of these where they've got one to their right, one to their left, one straight out in front of them. And then all you're doing is spinning that until it opens up, and then you just hang it.
Yeah.
You're all done hunting. You grab it out of the tree, close it up,
Without making that much noise.
spin her back closed, throw it back in your pack, and out of the woods you go.
Awesome.
Just nice, clean, simple. And then we've also got our hex stick drag, which I don't know if we've got a drag in here. We better, nope. So this has the same cylinder, that same waffle cylinder that you can put a wick in, you can put cotton swabs in, you can put a piece of cloth in there soaked with urine, or you can use our dabs. Like I said, I like our dabs.
Mhm.
This also has, for those guys who like to do the drag system,
Mhm.
this has a storage compartment at the end that holds your drag.
Nice.
So you'll soak that all up at home before you even go to the woods.
Yep.
Stick it down inside there, put that cap on there, and then that's it. As you're walking into the woods, once you get to that distance, I like to drag maybe 150 to 200 yards before my tree stand.
Mhm.
Got the little fancy little tabs on here that we have your drag line wraps around and locks in. So you're going to stop partway into your stand. You're going to open this up. This has a clip at either end. So you're going to just grab your little loop here from your drag rag, clip that on, boom, there's your drag rag. Wrap that around your ankle, clip it back into itself, drag that into your tree stand. Once you get to your tree stand, you're just going to throw this up into a tree 18, 20 yards out in front of you. But then the nice thing about it is now is that this, the hex stick drag doubles kind of as the hex stick mini.
Mhm.
Because I showed you that's got that waffle cylinder on the bottom too. So now you hang this, you hang one of your minis, and then you literally got your drag rag too that you've got hanging in another tree right there. Those are all
Yeah,
set.
that's a great idea. And you have no leakage or nothing from that coming out or
No,
anything?
because you're not actually going to put any liquid in it. The only thing you're putting in there is those dabs.
Yep.
So you're not going to like oversaturate stuff. You're just getting them wet enough so they've got a good scent to them.
Yep.
So then, yeah, you're done hunting. You climb down out of your tree. You grab your hex stick drag. You spin that closed right there. Now, this is what I kind of like, and I don't care myself personally if my hands smell like deer urine.
Yeah.
Don't bother me. I mean, it is what it is. Some guys are all, I don't want to get. So,
Yeah.
but right there, just stick that back down in there, unclip your clip, and you're done. Put that cap on there. Now, if you're using 100% pure urine,
I'm gonna put that in your fridge.
when you get back to the house, and then if you see those tabs on there right there, you're just going to get that started, kind of hang it off there. I usually put a pretty good little tension on it. And then you're just going to wrap that all back around. Gonna tuck that up underneath there. Boom. Throw that right into your pack. You go over, grab your hex stick mini that's hanging up over here. You grab that, close that up, throw that in your pack. Boom. You got it all set. When you get home after hunting that night, like again, if it's 100%, you're just going to pull these out of your pack, set those the whole canisters right in your fridge.
Yeah.
Next time you're ready to go hunting, boom, grab them, throw them in your pack. You're good to go. You got your drag and you got your scent canister, and basically this is a scent canister / drag in itself. So.
Yep. That's awesome. No, they're two great products right there. I'm going to be picking them up as well. So, but yeah, I got a comment from Phil. He said he loves the passion of you guys, so that's pretty awesome. And then
thanks, Phil.
Yeah, he also said, do you post this timeline when to use the different scents anywhere on your page? Do you have like a timeline that you like recommend, or did you post it somewhere that he could go over and take a look at it? Or he said he could just watch this video over and over, and I told him that's probably the best idea, is just to watch my video over and over.
I kind of know I'm Midwest, I'm Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all know that Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, we all run together when it comes to the rut for the most part.
Yeah.
Now you got your zones when you get down into maybe Tennessee, might be a few days behind us, even a week. And then you get further down into Texas and Florida, Georgia, those guys Florida's really weird because their rut's already on down there, and Florida's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, you get like Georgia and Alabama and stuff like that. Some of those states don't come in until into January. So it's kind of relative to your area. So kind of knowing when your rut is. Now, if you want to run, if you're on the Midwest kind of time deal, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Michigan, Indiana, if you're on that run, I usually do lives on our live feeds. A lot of times I will come in and I will tell everybody what you need to be using right now.
Yeah, and I will put that back up to the Facebook link there so they could go over and follow you guys.
Yeah, and I'm big on that. I like to give updates on as the season is progressing. I wonder what Shawn's doing with his scents right now. Hey everybody, this is what we're doing right now. We're still at the 12th, 13th of October. So right now we're just still using our Dominant Buck Misfortune products, and we're still using our Mystic Pure Orbital Gland Scent in our limb liquor. That's pretty much all you're using right now. But then once we hit into maybe the 17th or the 18th, then you'll see me going, okay, guys, for those that some of you might think it's a little early, some might think that it's not, start adding a little bit of Bewitched when you're in there refreshing in those mock scrapes. Start to get introduced that doe estrus into those scrapes. You don't need to go crazy, and that's where the urine, estrus urine, personally just kind of, maybe it's in my own head. I just think it's kind of a slow, just an introductory, kind of get them bucks worked up a little bit. They pick up on that estrus, whether all that other stuff from our supercharged is in there or not. Those bucks know what's going on when they're smelling on that. And then, like I said, come Halloween, November 1, I'm running Ecstasy. Now I run Ecstasy for the rest of the season. I run my Dominant Buck Misfortune and my Ecstasy for the whole rest of the season. Our season closes January 10th. But I've seen bucks, and I've watched it over all the years. You got doe cycling sporadically, especially us here in Iowa. We get our fawns get old enough in like December where they'll cycle into estrus.
Yeah.
So we get that second rut, sometimes pretty pronounced out here. I'm from Michigan originally. We didn't really get that second rut really pronounced because gun season opened November 15th, which changed everything. But out here, we get our first gun doesn't even open until the first Saturday in December.
Gotcha.
So we get all in November of bow hunting. So you get those deer acting normal and all that. So, that's it. Around the 1st of November, I'm going to start up with our Ecstasy, and I'm running this all the way until January 10th. Every time I freshen a mock, I'm using our Dominant Buck, and I'm putting Ecstasy in there as well.
Great information.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people that ask Shawn, because he's not one of those where he turns his mocks off. He runs his mocks 365 days a year. Some people are like, why? And these actually got good reasons. Like literally the day after season, bye, honey, we'll see you later. And he's down pulling cards because he's literally down there refreshing, pulling cards because he wants to see who of his target bucks made it.
For sure.
January, and on the 11th of January, I'm refreshing all of my mocks. New batteries, new car, fresh formatted cards. And I'm running all of those mocks that I was running since, I run them all year round. But for one, for some people, June. I've got a couple mocks I don't open up until later. But all those bucks that we're visiting in June, July, August, September, October, November, come January after season is over, if those bucks are alive, they will visit those mocks. You will pick them back up again after season. So I do that, kind of building my hit list for the next year. I want to see who made it, who didn't. So whoever doesn't show back up, fairly good odds he probably didn't make it for me, public ground hunter. But that's not always true because I've had big bucks that did not show up on me after season close. Never seen them, figured they're dead. Yep, he's gone. And then that August, September, boom, there he is back on my mock again. You're like, oh. He did live.
And then you start licking your lips like, yes, okay, he made it. And that's another thing I wanted to say, Shawn, for with you guys. Peterson's Phil from Peterson's Farm, he's in Indiana. We got Paul Casper in here, so thanks for coming in, Paul. Appreciate you. And Peterson's is following you guys on Facebook now. City Sticker Chris, my good buddy, he said he just liked the page, and to his surprise, Bob's Army Navy in Clearfield carries your products.
Yep, just picked him up.
Yeah, he is a newer dealer. Definitely stop into the archery department and say hi to Ken. They do have all of our scents and mineral there, so definitely stop in. We are really hardcore about having our customers and followers support local dealers.
Yeah, we'd rather have you buy from your local dealer than to order online through us. We support our dealers, and that's a big deal to them. You know, they put that money out front to get product in there, and we want to do our best to help them move that product. And so, yeah, we do encourage people to purchase from local shops. We do have a dealer locator on our website. So if you're wondering if there is one close to you, there might not be. But if you're wondering what the closest one to you may be, we do have the dealer locator on the website that you can find that out.
And if you do have stores that you frequent, you know, if you have your go-to store and you would like to see our product in that store, message Shawn or I or the page on Facebook and let me know who your store is and if you have a contact, and I will reach out, send them the catalog. And again, we do everything we can to help our dealers build their business. We want them to come in and get their Jinx Em products, but we also want our customers to go in and look through the rest of the store and support your local small businesses.
For sure. I have a few stores that I'm going to ask to around here that I got that I'm going to try to get the products in there for you guys. But yeah, that's just an awesome, you guys have an awesome company. You guys do a great job. I could see a lot of the comments in here that they're really loving, you know, what you're doing. You know, and just like Peterson said, he loves the passion coming from you guys. So that's really awesome to see. And I'm glad I'm part of it. I wanted to thank you guys for, you know, welcoming me into Jinx Em Nation and into you guys, you know, working with you guys. I really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to a long relationship with you guys because I'm really excited to use all my products.
We're looking forward to it too, you know, and just kind of get back on there with Chris. You know, we're just real people. We love to hunt, but honestly, really, we're all about, we want people to succeed. We really do. I mean, there is no better feeling in the world. And I've got a couple guys, a couple guys I worked with for a couple of years. I'm onto this buck, Shawn, and sending me pictures of him, and he's showing up on his mocks, and he's like, what do I need to do? And, you know, and I do everything. I've literally been known to drive 2.5 hours to a customer's property because he's struggling, and go in and help him build moths and show him how to do it, and boom, there we go. But that's awesome. That's fulfilling for me. That's probably the best part of it. When you've been running with a guy for a couple of years and then he finally connects on that buck that he's been after, and with my advice and telling him what he needs to do and all that. Not that I know everything, believe that, but it's just that is a great feeling for that hunter to all of a sudden I get a picture. Ding, my phone goes up and it's my buddy I've been talking with for 2 years trying to kill this big buck, and there he is holding that big buck up.
Yeah, that's your reward. That's your reward. That's definitely awesome.
Everything you've done, man, I got him, and it's just like that stuff. Sometimes it get me a little bit teary eyed. Like, you know, I can imagine. That's awesome. That's what it's about with us. I don't. That's again. I don't give out bad advice. I'm gonna tell you, listen, you might not like it, and I might even tell you stuff that might even hurt my own sales to a point. Like with me telling you, you don't need the Mystic. The way with using the dominant buck and put that on the licking branch and on the ground, it's going to work. You're going to get deer in. But I'm going to tell you that because I'm not going to lie to you and BS you in the name of the almighty dollar. I'm not. It's not about that with us. Yes, we want to make a living doing this. Of course we do.
But we
also want to be able to give good advice and good recommendations to you guys and tell you what you need and what you don't need. And I guess we're kind of the old school, you know. We know people struggle, that some people that deer hunt, a lot of people that deer hunt really can't afford to deer hunt, but they do it anyways because they have a passion for it and they love it. And if I can help that person save a little bit of money to get him just the things that he needs to be able to be successful, I'm totally good with that. I don't need to wreck your bank account for $200 and, you know, you don't end up killing anything, or you don't like my product, or whatever the case may be, you know. I would rather just give you the good advice. This is what you need. Do this. See what happens. You're going to get some action. That's where we're at, and I like doing that. I do. I kind of like going against the grain, I guess. But,
No, and people appreciate that, Shawn, too. And I can tell in here they're loving it, and I appreciate that, and that's how it is. You're honest with the people, you're helping them out. Like you're not a salesman, like coming out. Of course, you want to make money on your business, but you're being honest with them. They don't have to go out and spend $200. They can go spend $25, $35 or whatever, and get the two things and be done with it. You know what I mean? And try
you
it.
provide a good product and you give good advice and a good recommendation, you're going to make money at that business without having to push it down people's throats and run your big sales gimmick and this and that and the other. Just tell people what it is.
Buy one product, get 6 free.
Yeah, this is what you got.
Buy one, get I know.
Oh my God, there's a one company on there. I seen them. Yeah, buy 10 bottles of this and we'll send you 30 more bottles for free. Why?
We'll send you an atomizer so you can atomize your scent right in the air.
It's just like, does that stuff work? Of course it works.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And everybody gets hung up on that. Oh, it works. It works really great, man. It's an awesome product. Okay. But you need to take that step back and say, but why is it working? Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe because they got deer urine infused into it. Oh, yep. I bet that's the reason. So, it's all great. Everybody wants to come up with their new latest, greatest. I get it. Their business, they're trying to come up with their gimmick. What's going to sell? What's going to move product? What do we got to do? But it just grinds my gears when I sit here and listen to some of these companies and some of the advice that they give. And I'm just like, oh my God, you did not just tell everybody that.
Yep.
That is not how this works. Mm-hmm. You just gave everybody horrible advice and you don't know what you're even talking about. And you probably just ruined how many hunters hunts? Because they're going to go out and do what you just told them to do. Yeah. It's going to ruin their hunt.
Yep, for sure.
And that stuff drives me nuts. I can't do it. I won't do it. I refuse to do it. I'm going to give you the best advice I can give you. Like, again, do I know everything? No, I don't. But I do kill 170-inch deer off public ground.
Yeah, and you are a ground hunter, correct? You both are ground hunters?
I'm a tree stand. Dawn likes to sit ground. I'm more of a tree stand guy. I've only sat ground
once.
Okay. I didn't know if you guys did just specifically hunt it off the ground or if you were tree stand hunters or whatever too.
I'm used to ladder stands.
Yes, I'm getting to that point myself.
And I'm not a spider monkey like he is. And I do rapid rails like way far apart like he does.
Yeah.
So it was a huge difference for me because I'm used to that security of a ladder stand. Double ladder stand to boot, I get comfy and have my hot chocolate and all that stuff. I'm the princess hunter.
And I don't like ladder stands. For one, they're too hard to get in and out on that public.
I've always had
number two, they're hard to hide from the deer and a lot.
Yeah.
And I used to use them years and years ago, and God, it seems like every time I get busted in that dang thing. Especially with the new one that you just put in, and I'd camel it and brush it in and try to cover it as best I can, and it just didn't matter. Those upper age class animals will bust you in those things, and now, if I own private and I can put that up and leave it up all year round, not a problem.
Yep.
But when I'm coming in on public ground and I'm sneaking way back into a spot I ain't never hunted before and I'm putting a ladder stand in and trying to be quiet at
the walk an hour.
I've got some stands that are an hour walk to get in there.
And down Ohio on public, we were doing that for a long time, walking in 2 miles into there. And we were using lock-ons and stuff like that. But at least now we can put tree stands up and blinds up because we can leave them up all year. So that's another thing. I just put a ladder stand in at the beginning of the summertime down there. So I'm anxious to get back down there and check out my cameras and get some bait out again and get some more pictures. But there's one last thing that I won't keep you no longer that I wanted you to tell the people here is you guys are so honest and just like the way you are, and you invite people into your lives and everything. Let's just talk about your bottling party real quick here, and then we can end it and everything. But I wanted the people to know that, like, how you guys do your bottling parties and what that how that got started, or why do you do that?
It got started pretty much just to get involvement from our customers. We
staff.
like to staff. Yeah, we have, our pro staff, we have dealers that come, we have customers that come, we have friends of customers that come, and we invite them to our home. Everything is done at our home. And we have all of our urine brought in from our farm literally a day before we have bottling. We use manual bottling machines, And it just gets everybody involved, and for them to see the process of, we are not,
Yeah,
even
there's
though-
no automation
even though
going on
Jinx
here.
Em is big, we're still small because we still do a lot of it by hand. And what you see out there, all of our lives, our product, it's me and Shawn. And we have a few friends that help here and there, but it's literally us running
Julian.
everything. We package, we label, we bottle, we mix, we do everything. And it's the one thing that I think, even if the bigger that as we get, Shawn and I like to have that hands-on. It's something that, you know, this is our name. We have our name on this product, and when we start releasing that, and I think that's what is hard for us, is we need people, we really do, but it's sort of that, I don't want to say a control thing, but it's more of a quality thing that we like to be involved in everything from talking to you right now to writing love letters on every order that you get, to packaging and making sure everything is, you know, perfect in that package, to helping you and answering questions. And are you struggling? You know, you can call or text and you will always get me or Shawn. Always.
And we both have OCD, so
yeah, we're very OCD.
We're very I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah, I got to get your number, Shawn, off of Dawn, by the way, because I have Dawn's number, but I don't have Shawn's number yet. So I'm gonna have to get that in my phone as well.
And we're hardcore hunters, and for us to work hard for ourselves to fill our own freezer, is we want that for you, whether it's your trophy buck, whether it's a kid's first deer, whether you're just shooting a doe to feed your family. To us, those are all success stories. And when you send us pictures, whether you have a picture of our product or not in it, we celebrate you. We post you on our page, and then we do a big year-end video, and then we do a picture of the year that goes on our cover page. And it's something that, if I know that it's a child's first deer, I normally will send them something. I've been known to send them certificates. I've been known to hats or shirts just to congratulate them, because I did have a nonprofit for kids to get them in the outdoors. And to me, there's nothing better than creating memories and teaching the next generation what took us all these years to learn, get them to be able to provide for themselves as well.
But back to the bottling part.
Oh, yeah, I got off track on
Yeah,
that.
That's okay. No, that's okay. I like listening to it.
But basically, it was just a way to get everybody together and
No, that's okay.
See friends, see other like-minded people that are into hunting and the outdoors and all that. And we open up our place. Like I said, we've got enough room here. You can bring a camper and camp in our yard. So it's a weekend shindig. We all meet up Friday night. It starts. And
I would love to be there for that too, but I just can't see it happen.
Yep, Friday night we'll play, bags, and we'll have a bonfire going, and the grill. Of course, the grill is rolling. The smoker is rolling. We generally provide all the meat. A lot of it's wild game meat, but it's all good. And that's it. And then Saturday, we get up in the morning on Saturday. For those who stayed the night, they'll get showers, and we'll cook up a big breakfast, and everybody chows down. And then those that didn't come Friday will start showing up 10, 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday's actual bottling.
And then that's it. And we go balls to the wall for the rest of the day, pretty much, bottling urine. And
telling stories and laughing.
And that's an awesome
Oh,
thing.
and the smoker are still running wide open. Everybody brings a dish to pass on Saturdays. So
it's sort of just like a get together.
Yeah, it sounds like a family reunion, kind of weekend family reunion, basically. And
that's awesome.
That's it. At the end of the night on Saturday. Now, I'm a lead singer in a band, although we've been struggling getting a lead guitarist back in. But what we were doing with our parties was on Friday night, guys would come up and my band would play. We'd play for the evening on Friday night. So you get some live music and chowing on the grill and the smoker, and whatever else we got going on, playing bags and all that. And the last couple of years, the band hasn't, we've been available to play. So but we just play music on the radio and bottle, and we just have a good time. And Sunday morning, everybody gets up Sunday morning. Again, we have a big breakfast, and everybody
Clean up
kind
a
of
little
slowly clean up and start packing up, and everybody gives their hugs goodbye. And we got people, they come out of Michigan, they come out of Minnesota, we got them coming out of Nebraska, Missouri, Illinois.
Everybody's welcome.
Everybody, get them coming from all over the place. And that's
awesome.
just a good time, and it's kind of that
We're just normal people.
bonding, camaraderie, amongst hunters, and it's a really good time. We always have some really good memories. We also, if you notice, this year we gave a couple away, 2 bullpup 12 gauge shotguns.
Yeah.
And last year we gave away a 450 AR platform 450
And a
So,
TV and a whole bunch of stuff.
we do a bunch of all kinds of raffles and give away guns. We'll be giving away a gun again, I'm sure, this next bottling party. So maybe
And our next party is going to be our 10-year, so that's going to be
Big
Probably-
one.
biggest bottling party.
So yeah, we just enjoy. We just love doing that kind of stuff. We love
I can
just
tell. I can just tell.
people win stuff and get excited, and it's just nice that we're at the level that we're at now that we can do that, because
Yeah.
years of Jinx, I wanted to do a lot of stuff
That's
like
what
that.
and Nemesis.
So here's another one I'll fill out you what we do with our pro staff. So every year
Come here.
we pick
Come
out
here.
2 to 4 pro
Sit
staff
down.
who have been pushing us hard, been doing their deal, and we take them on a trip.
I don't want you
So
going. You're being
this
bad.
last year we took them where we were going to. We got canceled, but those 4 are going again this year. We're
Noodling.
going down to Kentucky and taking a noodling trip.
Oh, that's cool.
All paid for by Dawn and I.
Mhm.
That jump in. We're going to Kentucky. We're getting a noodle. And we did the year before. We did a salmon fishing trip. We
Lake
took
Michigan.
4 people to Lake Michigan on a salmon fishing trip. We
That's
did
awesome.
all expenses paid. So that's kind of our way of just giving back to our staff, especially the guys and gals that push hard and do good for us and are
Yep.
all about it. We reward them. Unfortunately, we can't pick everybody because there's
Yep.
a lot of them we'd like to. But once you've won, you're probably going to shuffle down the line a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get with you guys about this pro staff in the future, but I'm sure I got to prove myself for a while first. But I'm gonna do that and get on board and promote the heck
But
out
we
of it.
enjoy doing that. And
Yeah,
it's fun. We get to go on the noodling trip too. So we get to noodle, plus we get to bring along 4 of our staff to noodle with us. And
yeah, that's awesome.
it's just a great time. And
I was scared to death.
we're catching up.
Oh yeah, I think I might be a little scared of that too.
Oh
myself.
yeah, I'm
40.
not much about going underwater and sticking my hand in a hole and
Pulling
have
out a
something
45.
bite me.
Yeah, pull out a
A
45.
snap. I'd be worried about a snapping turtle. That's what my worry.
Well,
would be
they
about.
check them. They check them first to make sure there's not a snapper in there. But it's still, to me, it was a little scary, and I can't hold my breath very long to where Mr.
Yeah.
Fish over here can.
Uh-huh.
But it was, I pretty much took I was nervous. I'll tell you, I was scared to death.
Mhm.
But I also took, because they filmed us, we were on the Just Killing Time show for that as well. And they basically, told me what I needed to do. He'd go down and check and make sure there was something there. And I was able to grab a hold of it easy and stuff. So they're really great from someone that's a beginner to the
Never
season.
done it, scared to death.
Yeah,
But I've never done it either. But I was all about it.
Oh,
I'm
no,
like,
he was
let
all
me
about
at it. Let me at it.
Mhm.
But it was on the bucket list, and I'm okay with never doing it again. I'll go down, I'll film, I'll participate and all that. I don't know if I'm gonna do it again. Maybe this one will,
I'm ready.
but
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we'd like to get to the point, where we can take maybe a couple staff on take them on a bear hunt out to.
Mhm.
I got a
Idaho.
buddy that owns an outfitter out in Idaho.
Yeah.
He'll make me a deal on some hunts if I want to do something like that. And but that's where we want to get to that point to where we can afford to hey, guess what? This
Yeah.
year we're taking 2 of our staff and we're taking you guys on a spring black bear hunt.
Yeah. How
Yep.
awesome would that be?
That'd
to
be
do
awesome.
that? Yeah,
So
that's
that's
awesome.
That's like I said, that stuff we just enjoy doing that stuff. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. You make friends with a lot of our staff that you get to see once a year maybe, and it's just all around good fun, and it's what we enjoy. We love it.
Cool, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate you guys. And another thing too is you don't have your own deer in the backyard. You do bottle it from. You order the stuff in.
No, we've
from
got
your own farm of your choosing. Like you have a relationship with the farm that you get it from, but it isn't like you're going out and you're not milking a deer for their urine. You get the urine in.
The regulations.
they
and
run
the
too
cost.
fast out back. I can't catch them.
Yeah, I hear that for sure. But that's awesome, man. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. We go through a really good farm, and the people that we've been with them. The first 3 years of the Jinx Em there, I ended up getting screwed over by a farm here and a farm there, so I had to do some switching up on some farms. But we've been with this lady, I think now 6 years,
6-7 years.
6 years, yeah.
probably 6-7 years, and she is wonderful. Her and her husband both, they are just wonderful.
We're ATA certified.
Yeah, they're
you know,
Yeah.
all that.
And just great people, great to work with, and they got a great product. And they're the hands-on. They're feeding their deer what deer eat in the wild. They don't
Yeah.
GMO jacked up different feeds and all that, trying to get these 280-inch deer at two years old. You know, they're raising deer.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, go out and collect acorns.
You know,
and
they go out and
everything.
collect acorns and literally feed their deer all the good stuff, everything that they're eating in the wild, because whether people believe it or not, that does transfer over into that urine, your
Oh,
diet.
for sure. For sure.
You know, so and for people that may not believe me, go out and eat a bowl of asparagus and then tell me what your urine smells like tomorrow morning when you wake up.
Yep.
Same thing with the deer. If you're feeding them all this stuff that deer do not eat in the wild, that's going to come through in that urine, and those deer are gonna notice the difference. And so no, they're just really good. The farm,
Cool.
we love them. They're great people. Got a good product, and they just do very, very, very good for us. So very impressed.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, I just wanted to say thank you guys for coming on. And guys, go over, check out their YouTube channel at Jinx Em Nation on YouTube. Check out their Facebook. They run most of their stuff on Facebook. That's what they're primarily all their advertising and all what they do, their lives and everything is on Facebook there. They have Facebook, Jinx Em Scents. They have Jinx Em Nation, and you also have Jinx Em Outdoors, correct?
That is correct.
So go over there and check them out on all those platforms there. They also have Instagram, TikTok as well. So make sure you're checking them out on there. Yeah, man, I look forward to working with you guys in the future. I'm excited about it. I want to go out tomorrow and put all this stuff out in the woods and just start making them. But you will be getting pictures. I'll be doing posts of everything. I'm going to be cutting some videos and stuff for you guys as well, promoting your products. And I wanted to say thank you for coming on. It was a great show. Thank you for taking the time, bringing us into your home, and just, giving the followers all the information on you. So go check out the website of Jinx Em Scents and buy some stuff off of them. Try it. And like Shawn said, get the Misfortune, get the dominant buck Misfortune, or get the preorbital gland, and start your own mock scrapes. Put a camera up there, send them the pictures. This stuff is
questions. They are more
anytime. Message the page with any questions. We've more than that. We might not answer right away depending on how busy we are, but we always return. So any questions anybody's got, they're struggling with something, or just a simple question. Yeah, do not hesitate to contact us. You can
for sure
text us on the phone numbers on the website. You can call us, as well. And you can message Jinx Em Scents or Dawn and I right on Facebook.
Yep, for sure. Or you can message me, and I'll get you right in the mix with Shawn and Dawn. Definitely. If you have a local store near you, a hunting store, a pro shop, or anything, go in there, ask them, hey, are you looking for another scent company to carry a scent? And give them Jinx Em Scents website, get the information, get a hold of Dawn, Shawn, and give them the information. They'll go over and try to get their products in the store, or you get with me. I can get with Shawn and Dawn on that as well, and let them know that there's somebody interested in carrying their products. I'm going to do that for sure. So, and if you support, like they want you to support their local shops. If you don't have any buy you, go over to Jinx Em Scents and use my code OFFTHEHOOKOUTDOORS. Use my code. You can save 10% on their products.
Perfect.
So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight. We're going to end this live. And like I always say, take a kid fishing or hunting. We want to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations. And we will see ya.
All right. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.